What's up, guys? Vaughn Joseph here, Free Pizza and Vodka Podcast. Welcome to 2019. Here we are. It's happening. Episode 13. I am hyped.
On the left.
So, hold on a sec, because we got Jonas Garvin in the background there. So, we'll be coming at you guys on iTunes podcast. You guys, if you're listening to the show there, thanks. You can hit us up on Podbean. We're also on TuneIn Radio now. Got us hooked up there for 2019, as well as Stitcher Radio. So you have no excuse to not listen to the show. And we are also on v3tv.uk and jonasgarvin.com if you want to catch the videos, and of course on YouTube. So follow us there, subscribe. We love the love, and we do this for you. So joining me from Los Angeles, California, from the sofa, it's the Chicago Bears super fan, Jonas Garvin. What up, dude?
That's right. It's a big game today, so we're going to do this, and then I got to watch the Bears. Probably, I'm thinking beat the Eagles. I'm going to go 197-2 because they got pretty good defense, so they might get that safety there. And we're going to eat some Polish sausage and hang with the super fans. Hey, buddy, Happy New Year! How you been?
Doing all right. Happy to get into this 2019 thing. Yeah, I had a good holiday season, saw some peoples. And
did you get some good stuff for Christmas?
Some things. I got life, man. I'm blessed. I'm happy to have life. That's all I need for right now.
Fuck that. I want material stuff.
I've been there.
I got, no, dude, I want like more. You know what's funny is I got a Fitbit from my girlfriend. I've noticed I've gained some weight, but to me, like, those fitness gifts are always a dead giveaway. Hey, motherfucker, you need to get your ass in gear. And it was tough over the holidays because I had the surgery, so I really couldn't do anything but lay around and eat and watch TV, and apparently there's a lot of calories and booze. Who knew? So as I sip my morning Jack Daniel's hot toddy, it is cold here in LA. It's like only 57 degrees, so we got the hot toddies going. But yeah, I'm thinking
He's complaining about the weather in California, and it's like not even that hot here.
Sorry if my eyes keep bouncing around, but I've got the Chargers-Ravens game on, which is a real field goal bowl 2019. The games yesterday were just killer.
Yesterday's football was a mess, man. I watched the first game, didn't see the second game, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Colts, man, they just punched Houston in the mouth.
Yeah.
Which I'm a big fan of J.J. Watt. I love watching him play. But you can't help but root for Andrew Luck. Having to bounce back. What was he got out for, like, a year and a half or something?
Yeah, he was out for quite a while. Came back in.
And he's come back. And his interviews are kind of funny because he's a bit of a mouth breather. It's like watching Eli in the interviews. They both got degrees from really good schools. He's like, yeah, I could go out there and do that. I could do.
They've been running up and down that gridiron, man. They're tired, man. They're worn out.
Too many shots to the head, I guess.
They're worn out, dude. So, yeah.
But the Chargers get punched in. They're a long way from covering that 41.5 over-under. And he just fumbled at the goal line. They're not whistling it dead.
No, they got that.
Taking it back to the house.
The Chargers had the ball, it looks like, on the 1 yard line. So,
no.
I'm watching the replay right now. You got a Chicago game coming up later. Let's see if they can continue on with their amazing season, or will they be out in the first round of the Wild Card?
In all seriousness, I didn't think the Bears would beat the Rams this year. I didn't think the Bears were going to beat the Vikings to close out the season. They're playing for their playoff lives. But the Bears keep shocking me. I wouldn't say shocking, but
they keep winning.
Pleasantly. Yeah.
They keep winning.
It's like, yeah. And what's funny, you just came, it was paused on my screen. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. We're good. Let's party.
Okay.
We'll have to find out. Yeah, your camera's frozen, which is a bit of a nightmare. So hopefully we can get that sorted.
So is there anything I can do?
We're gonna take. We're just gonna hold on a sec. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna try and get Jones's camera fixed and watch this video, an early music video on the show. So we'll be right back. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys, and we'll see you in a sec. Free Pizza and Vodka Podcast.
These ones or these ones?
Saw an episode of Intervention.
And I know I'm fine.
Illinois, Mr. Robert Bobby McNeely. He is going to join us tonight.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Elaine Zhang, and today I am here with Eli Seal, documentary filmmaker.
I need more. Welcome to The Only Way is Linda. Today I have a really special guest here.
Right on. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. The music videos are always open for submission. If you guys have videos, you can send them into music@v3tv.uk. We will play your stuff. I see Jonas with his hands up in the air. Looks like touchdown. The field, the hand.
You called it right. They ball it at the 1 yard line, and the Chargers just punched it in. And if they get the extra point, now we're only like 20 points away from them covering the over/under, which we really need them to do.
Wow.
With rent just being paid.
I picked the Chargers to win today's game.
I picked them to win. I'm worried about the over/under.
Yeah, see, I don't get into that because I'm not a gambling guy like that. I don't know, but I do have to say that the Baltimore Ravens have one hell of a defense. In the first half, just LA couldn't run the ball, so it was very interesting.
Well, they couldn't score. This is the first touchdown of the game. We're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
This is insane. This is not the game I thought we were going to see.
No.
So there they go. They go 2-point conversion, even better because that's closer to the spread.
See, I'm so behind you. I'm just where the call's been overturned and it's 12-3, so it's 4th and goal. I'm assuming they went for it on 4th.
It hasn't come across the what do you call that? The intercontinental cable that's under the ocean floor or whatever.
Because I'm not watching it on live TV. I'm watching it on the internet, so I'm seeing.
Do they broadcast the games there? Like, I suppose if you have DirecTV, you can get the games.
You can get the games. You just have to have the Sky Sports package, which I don't have anymore. So, is
it pretty popular to go to the bars there and watch American football?
Not so much. It's more popular. I mean, I went to a Super Bowl when I first moved here. They actually have bars that will have the Super Bowl, and then there'll be a ton of Americans there. So, yeah, that's popular to go watch.
So the Super Bowl is popular.
Right, to go watch a Sunday game, just to go have some drink. No, it's not like at home because there's not enough. And I guess it all depends on where you are. Like, I guess if I were in central London and, there's places like the what's your place that you went, that you had the charity event? There's places like that.
Oh, the Trip.
The Trip, that's what
it's Santa Monica.
Yeah, so there's places like that will cater to American customers. So then I'm sure they're out there. I'm not aware of them. But
now, since you've moved on Hollywood Boulevard, there's a bar called Jameson's, and there's another place called Rusty Mullet. All right, whatever. From what I understand, it's Jameson's is all right. I like that place. The Rusty Mullet, we went there one time because you always got to try the new bars in the neighborhood.
Sure.
And there was no one in there, and the service was still off. Anyway, that was the point. So, me and my chick are the only people in there. We still couldn't get a cocktail, but they didn't have any ingredients. We're like, yeah, I'll take a Bloody Mary, and they're like, oh, we don't have tomato juice. I'm like, okay, let's just tell me what you do have, and then we'll go from there. But anyway. From my understanding, I've never been over there because I stay at home during football. Occasionally I'll venture out, but Jameson's is a Bears bar. That's the Hollywood Bears location. And next door is a Packer bar. So I don't know how many fights are probably breaking out on Hollywood Boulevard on Sunday, but I stay at home where it's safe, like I did for New Year's. That's strictly amateur night. You know the best time to go out for New Year's? Did you go out for New Year's in London?
I was
the best thing to do.
Sick. Yeah.
I found for New Year's, and this is some advice for all the listeners out there, don't go out on New Year's Eve. It's amateur. I've learned this over the past. I'm a professional drinker, so I don't like to be bothered with a bunch of rookies because it's worse than St. Patty's Day. It's every jackass that doesn't know how to get fucked up gets fucked up. So what I like to do is I go out early morning New Year's Day to celebrate. Like, there's no one in the bars, just going in the restaurants. You get great service. The bartenders are happy because they're miserable to be working that shift anyway, so they hook you up with some free stuff every now and then. So yeah, that's my advice to you people for 2019. Don't go out New Year's Eve. Come out and hang out with me New Year's Day, like 6, 7, 8 in the morning at the bar, and then you're backed out by noon, taking a nice nap, ready to start your year the next day.
Fair enough. Yeah, definitely have not been out on a New Year's in quite a while. I went out. I used to go out when I lived in LA every now and then, but I was working most of the time. You know, I worked in bars and stuff, so it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What? Oh crap! What was I going to ask you? I completely forgot what it was. I was watching. You were talking.
How the hell have they not benched Lamar Jackson yet? You would think they would have put Joe Flacco in, right?
I thought he's been out most of the season though, hasn't he?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Like I said, when football season's over, people be less interruptions on these shows. Or maybe we just turn the game off.
I forgot where I was going.
Sorry, not going to happen. Playoffs. Playoffs.
Yeah, what was I going to talk about? I don't remember what it was. So, yeah, well, anyway, you were talking about offline about this R. Kelly thing, and I wanted to get into that real quick. Not literally, but I haven't seen the show. There's a show out called Surviving R. Kelly.
Surviving R. Kelly. I haven't seen it either.
Is R. Kelly on the show?
Well, I think if you watch it, you're in for a surprise. Get it? Urine? Huh? Yeah, as I say, hit the sound effect. Crickets, just like my last set at the Improv. Anyway, no, I killed it. Anyway, dude, what's funny is the controversy of it. Like the twist I get on it, it's like people, his record sales are through the roof, and downloads. I mean, record sales, downloads or whatever, and. Like Jada Pinkett was like all enraged. She's like, "How can you support this monster?"
Right.
But it's just further proof. If you got crazy amounts of talent and you're famous, and you know you can do a lot of shit. Like, dude, you can be an NFL player, and if you run over an 85-year-old cripple man, you're drunk. But as long as you're really fast and can catch the ball, fuck it, it's game on. You know. So I just. If anything I take away from it, I just want to get to the level of fame where I can do some really awful shit and get away with it. Would that be fun?
Yeah, that of course is a level, isn't it? I mean, you have police officers stopping Johnny Knoxville on Hollywood Boulevard with a bag of weed in his hand before, you know, there was this legal thing, and just told them, you know, put that away, you know, and let him go. Now let that have been me standing there with a bag of weed.
Speaking of drugs in Hollywood, this morning I took the dog to the groomers on Highland, and I'm walking southbound on Highland Avenue. For those of you who are not familiar with Hollywood Highland is where they have the Oscars and all that stuff. It's right smack dab in the middle. But the groomers like south on Highland Club blocks past Santa Monica Boulevard. You're still in the thick of everything, right? So it's not it used to be really bad, but like, when did crack become legal to do? In the morning, I'm walking down the street, and you know everybody's smoking joints and everything around here. It's California, everybody smokes pot. I'm walking down the street, and these four homies are hanging out, you know, just bullshitting. And I'm like, "Hey, good morning, fellas." And they're like, "Hey, what's up, dog? You need some crack?" And I'm like, "No, I don't need any crack."
How are there people still doing crack in 2019?
Well, wait, and they must have had some customers, because I go another block, and there's this dude and this woman. Just not even behind the wall or anything, like a parking lot of like a paint store, just smoking rocks. And I'm like passing it back, like, aren't you even hide this shit anymore? It's not like you're smoking a joint, you're smoking crack, and there's cops everywhere. But like, what's the point of? Do you really want to fill out paperwork for some derelict idiot that's just smoking rocks in the street? I mean, they're not hurting anybody, but I'm like, wow. I mean,
Walking Dead in LA right now. It's like just license.
Oh, dude, it's so bad
out there, man. People living on the sidewalks in tents and shit, smoking crack on the sidewalk.
Just smoking crack and shitting on the sidewalk, and we're paying all this money to live here, and
you got to subsidize that shit. Somebody's got to pay for them to, you know, get their hookups.
It's just nuts. And then, what was it this morning, too? It's been kind of a good day in Hollywood. I took the dog out for a walk this morning, and it was like 6:30 in the morning, my time. So it's still dark. And she got to see her first high-priced escorts waiting for their Uber. Just two girls, obviously professional, high-end, like, we're not talking streetwalkers. We're talking the kind that, you know, go to the Roosevelt and then pick up guys. $1,000 a night type hookers, but they were there and they were like waiting for their Uber or their driver or whatever on the corner with their knee-high boots, just got off work, I guess, and they loved the dog. It was so funny. I'm like, it's all I could do to not be like, say hi to the hookers to the dogs. So I was just like, oh yeah, thank you for the compliment. Just keep going.
Hey man, they gotta make their money too. Weird. They gotta make their money.
Hey, dude, if somebody's gonna pay you $1,000 to bang them, you got some R. Kelly shit going on,
That is one profession that I absolutely cannot knock. I will definitely say that for one, it's your body. And I was thinking about this the other night. We were talking about abortion. I was listening to an interview with this professor from Toronto named, his name's Jordan. I can't remember his last name. Anyway, and he's having an interview with this feminist, and they're talking about abortion and all this other stuff. So, and I was just sitting there thinking, this is why I don't drink while I do the show. Completely lost my train of thought. God damn it! What were we just talking about?
Did you get that? We're talking about hookers and abortion.
Hookers, that's what it was.
Yeah, you all know it's bad.
I looked over and I'm watching the game.
When I've got to be the Rock.
2019, man. The gloves are off. Abortion, but I still don't know where I was going with that point. It's irrelevant. But I was reading something that
we were talking about hookers, and it's their body. And they can do what they want.
I remember that bit, but it wasn't where I was going with that. So I deviate sometimes and just go on these tangents. But yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's your body, and
no.
It was the abortion thing that I was thinking about, actually. Sorry. So, and I was thinking that they're going to actually make it so that women can't have abortions. Somewhere it was going to be illegal. And I think it's crazy that they say that you can't abort a baby because of rape. And I understand the argument for not having abortions, but if you're going to be a woman and you're going to have somebody else take that,
force themselves on you
and put a baby in you, then you're going to have another man, because this is the only person that's going to vote in this type of legislation.
And a constant reminder
to tell you, right. A constant reminder of the situation, and because another man has said you can't do something with your body, so you have to live with that. And there's women that aren't even victims of rape; they're just victims of a bad relationship, and they have to look at their son, and they see their ex in their face every day, and they probably just want to slap
dude. And it's like it's. Because people are just so quick to have kids. I'm not talking about rape here. I'm talking about like just people just have kids, and it doesn't work out. And you're constantly reminded. And I really don't know too many people that have children together that aren't together that get along.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mother and my father till the day she died was, you could say "fuck you" the fastest and hang up the phone. It was just like, and. It's amazing. I'm so well adjusted with no substance abuse problems whatsoever.
Yeah, how was that plastic surgery?
So yeah, exactly. But yeah, you're right. It's a constant reminder. But in the case of the problem is most of these people that are anti-abortion, I would say not anti, because some people are pro-choice, anti-abortion. If that, you know what I'm saying? Like some people, it's not for them. But it's not their body. It has nothing to do with you. So it's these people that are really religious. So they can interpret their religion and their Bible in any way they see fit. Like, they'll say, killing babies is wrong because it says in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. But then it's okay to go overseas in a war and kill people because, that's different. Well, I mean, how the
protection.
It doesn't say in the Bible, "Thou shalt not kill," unless we invade Iraq. It doesn't say that in the fucking Bible. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem with these. And the 2019, I cannot believe we're still having an abortion debate. Not you and I personally, but there's people out there that this is they vote on this issue.
Yeah, well.
That's how they make up their minds when they go to the poll. Pro-life, pro-choice. It's like, you're fucking nuts. So. And I think it was George Carlin was talking about how all these people are they're very pro-life, anti-abortion, but they don't want anything to do with feeding the kid or adopting the kid, and they want to save your life for the first 9 months, but once you're out, you're fucked. It's they don't want anything to do with you. It's funny to me that they're the same people that say we're overpopulated too. It's like, well, what better way than to get rid of overpopulation than a few trips to the Planned Parenthood?
I think we just need more gay men in the world. That way, there's fewer gay people, I guess, in the world in general. There's fewer people. More in the way people.
Look, I have to disagree with you on that one. Where I live, there's plenty of gay people. They're like 2 foot on center. But in London, maybe not so much.
They're
we have them isolated.
We're not isolated.
We keep them in cages.
They're centralized. Is the word.
And the tour buses drive by, and people take pictures like they're at the zoo.
They're centralized in West Hollywood. They call it.
If you look to the left on Santa Monica Boulevard,
they call it Boys Town for a reason.
Yeah, West Hollywood, and what's funny is there's like more bars there in West Hollywood. I play a couple bars over there. Then you walk down Sunset Strip. There's a lot of bars, but there's a lot of clothing stores and coffee shops and other stuff like that. West Hollywood, dude, is just one big happy hour, dude.
Yeah,
the gays love to party, man.
Oh yeah,
and but it's there. It's 23-3 now, by the way. Anyway,
yeah, I see that.
They like to have a good time. There's tons of great restaurants over in West Hollywood too.
Yeah, the property value goes up. All I see are good things where the gay people are involved. So
dude.
Say something against them, and then they want to take your head off. So, So anyway,
they'll shut you right down.
We kind of got off topic. So what's going on?
We got
with
sidetracked. Sorry about that.
Back home because I haven't seen it. And what's it about? Is it just?
I haven't seen it either. I'm just seeing that like people, like, to me, how people are like split on this. Like, all the evidence is kind of there. Like, okay, R. Kelly likes to bang 15-year-old girls and pee on them, and
yeah, that's not news.
People are still like, well, what he does in his own home is it? I'm like, it's just kind of funny to me that there's a debate about R. Kelly. Like, he seems to me, don't get me wrong, I've done some scummy shit in my life, but as far as I know, all the girls were of legal age, but I didn't card them or anything.
So you didn't have sex until you were 18 then? Then you've raped a chick.
As far as my parents
raped the chick.
Yeah, exactly.
Raped the chick
and she had a kid, and because of the damn Baptists in North Carolina, and I owe like 27 years of that child support. It's kind of funny to me that the R. Kelly issue is being debated, but like his records are selling like crazy since like.
Yeah, that's popular though. I mean, if you really think back, and I think we had this conversation on the show before, and it might have just been with maybe offline. But if you think back to like in the 60s and 70s when rockers were, that was common. That was commonplace. I mean, I know someone, I won't put their name out there or their affiliation, but they were telling me how they would be at a bar. And this woman got hit on by the lead singer of the Moody Blues, and she was only 13 years old. 13.
Dude, if you read the book, Straight Whiskey, it's about the history of the Sunset Strip, during the heyday of the 70s and 80s, the groupies were underage, sneaking in the bars, and, that's the way...
It was normal, and that's what the guys wanted. It was normal.
And, it's just, it's crazy, dude. Like, just to fathom, like to me, like when you're underage in high school, junior high, whatever, and you're same age as the person you're sleeping with, it doesn't seem like, even though I guess it's illegal, whatever, but like, when you're 15 and you're having sex with another 15-year-old, it's all right. And then, but then it's kind of, like, what are you doing if you're
are you trying to
25?
Somehow come up with words to rationalize the fact
that
you
it's just
raped
like,
somebody.
But the funny thing is, to me, like, a lot of it, like, do they know they're underage and that's what they're into? Or, I mean, as you well know, any girl sneak. I mean, if she's in the bar, but back then,
I think it's pretty obvious that someone's only 13 years old, regardless if they're in the bar or not. I definitely can tell the difference between someone that's 13.
Well, yeah, if you go back to your place and you start getting after it, and she puts on the soundtrack from Frozen, you're gonna have to,
that's not what
second
you want.
thing.
But I mean, even like you had like a lot of the music was about that. A lot of the music you could hear, there was like a real rapey vibe going on back then, and that was just normal. I mean, if you think about, we were talking about
that was normal. We raped chicks.
It was normalized. Think about a lot of the movies we used to watch and stuff, like Judd Nelson and Breakfast Club, when he's under the desk and he looks up the girl's skirt and he sticks his head in between Molly Ringwald's skirt. Dude, that is sexual assault, and that was in a film, and they were like, this is high school, it's cool. But go for it.
You got to stick with the script, you know that.
Exactly, but that's my point, though. It was normalized. It was absolutely, we came from a rapey culture, and that's just what was going on in films and in music and TV, like, a lot of that stuff was bad, really bad.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Anyway, it's created who we are today. R. Kelly is at a point where he can pee on people and people still buy his music. Michael Jackson did what he might have done and people still loved his music. Michael Jackson wouldn't have made it today. The social media, I think, would have killed him.
If I may quote Dave Chappelle, how about the guy who gave us Thriller?
It's what?
Thriller.
The guy.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, but Michael Jackson's a completely different animal, I would say, than R. Kelly, because Michael Jackson was like with 8-year-old shit. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it's both. I don't know. I think a consenting 15-year-old is not the same ballpark. I feel like we're having a Pulp Fiction foot massage debate right now. But
no, I don't think 15 or 8 is, neither one of them are acceptable. I mean, I only said 15. It was because you said you were, if you're under 18 and you're having sex, that's rape. That's just statutory.
Well, I mean, what kids aren't?
That's what I was saying.
I mean, you went to high school. I went to high school.
That was my point when I said
you do.
So.
Yeah, you wake up with a hard on. You go to bed with a hard on at 16. It's just what you do.
Hilarious. So what else you got? You're watching too much football for me. You're not conversing.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm sorry. Well, my cocktail's empty too, so I got to go tighten that up. But yeah, and then there's the whole thing about Louis C.K.
I heard a little bit about that, but I don't know what happened.
Well, basically what it was is somebody videotaped him secretly. He was working out some material, and which you're working out material. It's not a finished product. It's not on a special. And what are you doing recording in a comedy club anyway?
Because it's 2019.
Yeah, I know, but
not
still,
trying to say it's right, but I'm just saying, when you're out in public and you're somebody like him, somebody's always filming.
So he was doing jokes about the Parkland shooting in Florida, and this tape got leaked, and everybody's talking about what a piece of shit he is and stuff like that. Like, well, for one, the material's not finished yet, and don't give me this too soon, or you can't joke about this, and you can't joke about that. Right. I didn't watch the tape. I don't even care. But as a comedian, it's like, my thing is you can talk about anything you want, and you, as a comedy fan, you don't have to listen to it if you don't like it. If you don't like what somebody's saying, but in my opinion, too, I mean, I caught some grief on my last special, or last two of them, because of the Jesus jokes and the 9/11 jokes. And it's like, okay, touchdown. So, the problem with comedy, I guess, is people like, well, that's funny, this is funny, that's not funny, this is funny. They don't fucking listen. And I mean, and everybody brings up the whole Louis C.K., he's jerking off on people. Why are we even talking about that? That's old news. My thing is, sit there, put your phone in your fucking pocket, don't record the fucking comedy show, especially at a bar or workout room or wherever it is, or even if it's at a comedy club. Sometimes we're there at these clubs just working out shit, But yeah, man, you can't do anything anymore without somebody putting it on the fucking phone.
Yeah,
and
the average person doesn't know that it's a workout room or that you're working out material, though. Like, if I weren't a comedian, I would have no idea that you're not just up there doing your show. That's all it is to me. I've never gone to a show and had them say, you know, except for one comic that I know who was actually on TV now, and he used to do it as part of his joke. He would have his jokes on a piece of paper and he'd scratch them off if people didn't laugh. But I've never seen a comic come out and say, all right, you know, I'm just trying out some new material tonight, so if it sucks, you know, whatever. And I maybe I've heard that once, maybe, but it's not something you normally would hear, especially from someone like him. So I don't think that they would know that. You know, I'm not justifying what they did, but I'm just saying that if he's out there.
Well, and also, too, generally most clubs and most places, well, clubs anyway, I know, I'm not sure about the bars, but will have signs on the door.
Do they?
You know, no photography,
right.
no.
Fair enough, sure.
But, you know, I mean, I've had people do it to me, but at the same time, these are people that I gave the okay to. Like, hey, do you mind if we record you a little bit?
Right.
No, I don't mind. Yes, I do mind. But yeah, the whole thing to me is when people, you can't talk about this. If it's funny and it gets laughs, I don't care what the topic is. You know, like I said, I got some practice with 9/11 stuff. And
was that recent or was it back in the day or something?
What's that?
The 9/11, was that recent? Or was that back in the day?
That was off my last special. The one entitled Bullshit,
right,
which is available at jonasgarvin.com, iTunes, Amazon, and fine stores everywhere. Yeah, and it's just kind of funny that, like, people, like, you know, whatever. But the way I rate things is if you do a joke and nobody laughs, you need to get rid of it.
Right.
Now, you're going to have nights where somebody laughs one night, the next night they don't. You'll have those nights and stick with it. But I know people out here in LA, I'm not mentioning any names because this city is so full of terrible comedians. I have been to some workout rooms, dude. I've been out here, it'll be 14 years next month. I've been in some rooms and seen people do material. It gets 0 laughs, right?
Yep.
Okay, rough night, right? And then I'll see them do it again and again. And then, like, 8 years later, run into them, and they're still doing it, and it's still not getting laughs. Okay, this is a lesson to wannabe comedians out there. If nobody's laughing, stop doing those jokes. You know how, dude, I could make a 75-hour special with all the material I've had to throw away. Because in my head, you know, in this, like, I'm writing, and I'm at the house, and I'm in the mirror, where I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to get to the club. This is just going to kill. I'm like, I'll go, and I'm like, well, that was killing this afternoon in the bathroom at the house, you know, but whatever. But, yeah, so I just, you know, as long as it's funny, I really don't consider any topic to be taboo. And that's kind of my point with the Louis C.K. thing is people are going after him because he's making fun of the Parkland survivors.
But it's Louis C.K., though. I think that plays a big part of it. I mean, if it had been, you know, with all due respect doing it, they probably wouldn't have been as big a backlash. But people are out there looking for him to mess up. So because of the scandal,
yeah.
So he's under a microscope right now. So.
Well, they don't need to look. He's already messed up. But and on that too, like I know it's old news, but like these girls, like, oh, he started jerking off in his hotel room. I'm like, okay, for one, at what point did he force you to stay in there?
Right.
You know, I'm not condoning what he did, but, like, why didn't you just leave? And all the girls are, oh, I was just so shocked at what was going on. I've talked to a lot of women that are friends of mine. Like, if they're not into it, they'll just bail. Like, you know, it's just go.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange situation.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, too, like, dude, you're Louis C.K., you're famous, you're rich. Why are you masturbating in front of girls?
Because he's famous.
Why are you trying to fuck him?
That's why. No one fuck him.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I could jerk off anytime I want, but like, you think that one of the perks of being famous is rich is getting some ass, and he wasn't trying to get some ass. He's just like, hey, watch this.
That's his thing, though. He wants you to watch. He's voyeuristic.
I guess.
That's his thing.
I don't know. I know I'm out of booze, and I got to get to the kitchen. But is it time for a commercial break, please?
So he's into that. So I mean, again, I don't know what the repercussions are going to be, if any. But
I don't think there's going to be any. It's, you know, but like you said, people are just looking for a story, and
yeah. Of course. And if he's working out material, we don't understand that as non-comedians of the world, I guess. So it's just something that they need to know before they go in.
Yeah.
And of course, you have to rehearse or practice jokes. Oh, sorry.
People think
you come out and just do them on stage and they work, or whatever.
Some guys are really good at crowd work and improv stuff like that. But I got to tell you, for all of you listening, watching, whatever, people ask me all the time too. They're like, "So, what do? You just go up there and start being funny?" I'm like, I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
No, I got kind of like a 3-step process. I'll write it, and if I like it, then I fine tune it at the house before it even sees an audience.
Right.
I'll be in front of the mirror, practicing, getting the mannerisms down, and because as you know, in stand-up comedy, if you don't hit certain words, certain things, right pitch, shit like that, it just makes it not as funny. Then if I like it, then I'll take it and try it out at some workout rooms or whatever, and then it comes into a show, and then it just continually gets polished until I decide to shoot a special. And by the time you shoot one of these 1-hour specials, you've probably done that material a billion fucking times. So yeah, because everybody's like, "Oh, it looks like it's so much fun. You're just up there drinking beers and being an idiot." I'm like, "No, that's what I do at parties and at the bars and stuff like that." But stand-up comedy is very, very, very hard. I don't want to sound like that's like a complaint or, "Oh, sorry for me," because there's a lot of hard jobs out there. But
right.
But what I'm saying is to me, it's the hardest art form on the planet, but it's also the least respected. People suck actors' dicks all the time. Musicians, think about it. If you're a musician, you can be in the studio mixing shit, making it sound different, and you can rehearse and practice till you get it just right. You don't have to deal with it. Okay, if you're an artist, you're painting. "Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. Let me spread this fucking And if you're an actor, well, I do a lot of acting. You do a lot of acting. It's pretty brain dead work. You don't need to be a genius to read what somebody tells you to say and stand where they tell you and shit like that. And I know so many brain dead actors here in LA, like Bill Maher says, he couldn't order lunch if they didn't have a script in front of them. But comedy is the only thing where it's a different audience every single time.
Right.
And there's no rewinding. You don't get to stop and fine tune shit in the middle of a show. It doesn't work like that. So the fact that we're just like people look at us like fucking dumb clowns. Like, "Hey, dance, dummy."
Well, the comedian's always been known as the court jester, though, hasn't he? So
I know, I get that, but it's just like people just don't understand how much work goes into being funny. But then they'll kiss some idiot's ass because he's on reality TV. That's even worse than acting, because you're just on TV.
Yeah.
And especially in this time and age we live in with the YouTube and social media, I could spend a year writing material and work my ass off and get ready to shoot a special and put a clip of it on YouTube and get a few hundred hits. Meanwhile, some jackass puts his balls in a vice and hits him with a fucking rubber mallet, gets 1 million freaking hits because you see it everywhere you go. People are like, "Hey, what's this video? This guy, hey, check this out. He puts a banana in his butt and then he poops ice cream and fucking great." It's just
that's quick entertainment, though. That's what's been happening for a while. That's been the
I know
format for a minute.
I really wish I was I don't ever want to be older, but I really wish I was kind of involved in that 80s comedy boom. When comedians were just blowing up all the time.
Yeah, well,
when people went to comedy shows a lot more.
It's different now.
Yeah, it's way different now. Now you just got to be a YouTube sensation.
Got to evolve, man. Got to adapt like a freaking giraffe. They grew long necks, so they can eat.
Well, in that case, next week I'll be putting my balls in a vice, a banana up my ass, and I will vomit ice cream, and I guarantee you we get 10 million new followers out of it.
Excellent.
So anybody,
We're going to take a break. Go get your beer, catch this video, go to the toilet, whatever you guys got to do, or sit and watch this video. We'll be right back. Free Pizza and Vodka Podcast. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Free Pizza and Vodka Podcast. So if you got some music or video better than that nonsense, you can send it over to music at v3tv.uk. We'll play your stuff on this show. So that's what this show's all about. So get us your stuff. We'll send it to us. We'll put it up on the show, and it will live there forever. So you can also go to v3tv.uk. If you got videos or whatever, you can post them there. The views go right to your YouTube channel. So that is what's cracking. Hit us up on Stitcher, you guys. If you got Stitcher, you can listen to us on TuneIn Radio. We're also on Podbean, iTunes Podcast, YouTube at Free Pizza and Vodka Podcast, as well as Instagram. Please follow us on Instagram. That is what's up, Free Pizza and Vodka, and of course at v3tv.uk. So we were sitting here talking with Jonas about all kinds of nonsense, abortion and comedy, all kinds of stuff. I think that obviously there's just a lot of things that go on in the world. So it's all up to people's interpretations of what their reality is. And if you're not happy about it, you just have to keep on moving forward with yourself. So I was reading earlier today that last year that abortion was the leading cause of death, and that there were some almost 42 million abortions last year. I think it was 41.9 million abortions last year. That is hefty.
Worldwide, you're saying 41 million?
Yeah.
So if abortion's illegal, that's 41 million more people we got running around. I
just think it's crazy that no one's talking about that.
That is a lot. But how many people live in the world? I don't know. You want me to Google it?
No, there's like 7 billion people or something like that.
Yeah, so percentage-wise, it might not be that much, if you're thinking that,
7.7.
I could see if there's, 41 million in Florida, which I could see, because all good news comes out of Florida all the time. But
to all the nice people in Florida. Don't email me about
that. No, we like Florida. We do. Hi! We just got back from the day at the salon.
I don't know anything about Florida, so I've never been there, so I can't comment on what type of sexual
I've been to Florida a bunch of times. Everybody I know from Florida is really cool. And, of course, the only time I've been to Florida is, been to Disney World. So, Florida's great as far as I know. It's a fantasy land. So,
hilarious.
The dog knows it's playoffs because she knows that when the Bears score a touchdown, she gets a special rub thing. So I pet her real good and pet her belly. She rolls around her. So she's excited. She knows the game's coming up. She sees the jersey. She's not stupid.
Looks like the Chargers are going to walk with this game. It looks like Baltimore's. They're driving.
You know what though? If we could score here another 9 points, great.
I don't know if
either team. I don't care.
I don't know if you're going to see 9 points come from LA.
How is that not pass interference? Well,
so who do you got going for the Super Bowl then? Obviously, you're going to say Chicago just because you're biased as all.
I'm hoping,
but
the thing is, dude, there's so many good stories right now in the NFL. Okay, Rivers, he's 105 years old, so it'd be good to see him finally get a ring. Drew Brees still. Be cool to see him get another ring.
Right.
And then there's some young guys that would be cool. Mahomes, Trubisky, to see get a ring. I think we can all agree.
Trubisky? You think Trubisky's worthy of a ring already? He's only been in the league 2
No. What I'm saying is it'd be cool to see a first year, second year guy win a Super Bowl too. A veteran. So like I said, there's so many good stories. But the one story I think we can all agree on, nobody wants to see Tom Brady get another one. I was really happy when he won 5 because I got to see history. Now, I wish he would have just retired and go away because I'm so sick of Tom Brady.
Really?
And I don't know anybody that likes Tom Brady, the Patriots. Like I said, I like watching him play and stuff like that, but I don't really – I was like, dude, we've had enough of Tom Brady. You're my age. Go sit in your mansion with your model wife and Uncle Rico and soak up your soulmate. But the only people I think that are left that like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the Patriots are Patriots fans.
Right.
I don't know anybody outside of New England that wants to see the Patriots win in the playoffs. But there's all these other great stories. How funny would it be if we see Mahomes as a rookie in Kansas City? Breeze, another one.
Let's take it.
Jared Goff.
Let's take it team by team here because you're kind of all over the place. So with the Chiefs and the Colts just won last night, and they're going to play the Chiefs.
Another story. Andrew Luck. He missed 15 years because of an injury.
Right.
He's back, and to see, like I said, I'm rooting for the Bears. You know me. I want to see.
All right. So who are the Bears going to play then? Who are the Bears going to play? So the Bears win tonight. They beat...
if they win. But the thing is, getting past Philadelphia is no easy task because they're peaking at the right time. They think they're good.
Give me your prediction, though. That's what I'm asking for. So we can't have an if they win.
You asking me for a pick tonight? Bears.
Who's playing in the Super Bowl? I want to know who's playing in the Super Bowl. So that's where we're trying to get to from you. So you say Chicago wins tonight, right? Then they'll be playing The Rams or the Saints? We don't know, do we?
They'll play the Rams in L.A.
They'll play the Rams in
if
L.A.,
the Bears win.
which would be an amazing
And they've already smashed the Rams. The Rams, I don't think they're as good as everybody thinks they are.
They're 13-3. That's pretty damn good. Saints are 13-3.
Well, yeah, but the Saints, they would look bad one week. Like I don't know, dude. The heavy favorite for the Super Bowl for me, gonna have to go. Chicago versus the Bears in the Super Bowl.
Chicago versus the Bears.
You see what I did there?
Yeah,
no, I want to see the Bears in the Super Bowl.
So Patriots.
I want to see the Bears in the Super Bowl, so that's what I'm picking. Patriots, I hope they lose.
So you're going to have Patriots and Chiefs, I say, right? And then you'll be... it would have to be Chiefs if you don't want Patriots to win that. Then
I say...
And then you've got...
Colts play the Chiefs next week, right?
Yeah.
I don't... The problem with Kansas City, they're really good, but as you know, over the past few years, they just can't seem to get over that hump. And I don't see them doing. I'd love to see Mahomes, a rookie, get a Super Bowl ring. That'd be kind of cool. But and Andy Reid, he's cool. But I just maybe this is the year they change it. I don't know, but they've never been able to get over that hump. You know, they're kind of like they remind me of the Bengals when the Bengals would go to the playoffs. They just never really do anything. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
So
how about you? Who you taking to the Super Bowl?
I've got. I'm looking at the breakdown right now. So Chargers win. They play the Patriots, right?
The Chargers. Well, I don't know, dude, because now there's 2 minutes left. Baltimore just scored. Why aren't you going for 2? I don't. Well, yeah, I got to score a touchdown anyway. If they get the onside kick, dude.
They're not getting an onside kick. So if they win, they're playing the Patriots, right?
I believe so.
That's the only other AFC team left out there.
The Chargers have to go to New England?
Right. So the Chargers will be playing in New England. I think they can beat New England in New England. So I take Chargers, and then you have Chargers, Chiefs, and then that's going to be in Kansas City.
You think the Chiefs will beat Indy?
And then Kansas City is going to go to the Super Bowl. And then you're going to have Rams, Chicago, Saints, and who else?
The Saints and Cowboys.
Cowboys, right.
Well, no, it all depends. If the Bears win,
Bears are going to win.
LA.
Bears are going to win. So it's going to be Bears and Rams and Dallas and Saints. That's going to be a great game. Give me the Saints. Give me the Saints and Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl. And then I got Drew Brees all day, and he freaking retires next season.
Saints and Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Saints, Chiefs. I got Drew Brees.
No, well, I don't know. I'm just, the thing is, see, you're a Lions fan, so you can sit there with a clear head and pick who you want to go to the Super Bowl or who you think's going to go to the Super Bowl.
But if you don't believe that your team's capable of beating the Rams and beating the Saints, then they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Here's the deal. They're not playing the Rams or the Saints today. They're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm rooting. You know what I'm saying, dude? Every week in the NFL is tough. And Philly's got hot at the right time, and they have swagger and they have attitude. I'm not saying I'm worried about it. I'm not saying
you sound worried to me.
Well, it's okay. It's kind of like I'll put it this way. I'll put it in language you can understand. It's like when you get an acting job, right? You don't start celebrating until you've taken that check to the bank and cashed it, as you well know. So yeah, it's just like and personally, I still don't think the Cubs won the World Series 2 years ago. I'm still thinking I'm just going to wake up one morning and people are going to be like, hey, that didn't really happen. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's the Cubs. But, yeah, it's like I said, the Bears have continually impressed me all season. They've won when I didn't think they would. And the part of being a Chicago Bears fan in the last 8 years is you're just waiting for them to fuck up. So that's kind of where I go. It's kind of like the Cubs. They were finding ways to lose for 100.
I don't like it.
No, like I said, I can't wait to throw one hell of a victory party tonight.
That's your team. And they're looking good. Throw your support.
They are looking
all
good
the way to the end, man. Then you have to make your way through it.
I do tough love, and I got on their ass I'm sure all the Bears players probably read my Facebook posts. That's probably what motivated them. And then they're all fans of the show. I'm sure they're probably listening to it right now, getting pumped for the game kickoffs in like 16 minutes, and they're probably sitting in the locker room like, "Shit, dude, even listen to Free Pizza and Vodka."
The Christmas episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get Trubisky to put a Free Pizza and Vodka logo sticker on his helmet. That'd be rad. But yeah, you just score 3 points, please. Yeah, I do a tough love thing. You hope for the best, expect the worst. That's the best way I can put it for you when I'm watching sports.
So who's going to the Super Bowl again? I keep asking you. Still,
Jesus fucking Christ! Are we gonna have this fucking?
Just to answer the question. Who's going?
Bears versus Colts.
Bears Colts. Wow.
In a rematch of Super Bowl in 2006, the infamous Chili Vomit Bowl, which my streak is still, since my vomit streak, like Jerry Seinfeld's, is like up to 12 years now. Whatever.
Wait, vomit streak. Do I even want to know about this? And I was just getting ready to start eating some pizza.
You know the chili vomit story of Super Bowl.
I don't think I remember it, but I don't think that I want to hear it again.
All I'm going to say, we'll close the show on this. The combination of homemade chili, onions, and an entire day of like a 30-pack of beer and a bottle of Jack, and then going to bed, just think John Bonham. Think John Bonham, Jimi Hendrix, Spinal Tap. Almost choked on moment. Yeah, it is. But, yeah, I'm saying Bears Colts, man. Bears Colts. I got it. Watching these teams play, I'm saying Bears Colts in the Super Bowl.
Wow. I don't think the Colts are going to get past Kansas City, to be honest with you, but we'll see next week, won't we?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like I said. Thing is, Andrew Luck's playing really well, and he single-handedly turned that franchise around. He's single-handedly carried him. So we'll see.
Playing for his job. Yeah, you don't really have a good track record with regards to sobriety and Super Bowl. I remember one Super Bowl you went out with us to Kung Pao Kitty on Highland in Hollywood, where my amazing agent was thrown.
I started early that morning.
Early, so you had already started before you got there.
Oh, I was shit faced before I showed up and met you guys at the Kung Pao Kitty, which is no longer there now. It's a theater, but yeah, no, I've gotten better as I've gotten older. I now generally wait till kickoff, as far as she knows. But yeah, no, yeah, no, I've gotten better. I'm all grown up now. I'm like, yeah, no more staggering drunk before kickoff, and well, because like the thing is, it's no fun if like you have to wake up and like watch the highlights because you're blacked out.
No, that's never fun with anything in life, at least not.
Especially when there's money involved, because I put so much money on the Super Bowl, you have to wake up and check your phone real quick. Like, there's like, you got one sock on, and you're like, oh shit. And the Chargers are playing to win here because Rivers is 3rd and 16. Wow. If they get the ball back,
well, you better play down. And I want Phil Rivers to go.
Minute 30 left. San Diego's got a punt.
You can't. You ruined it for me because I don't have it on my screen here, so you have to not tell me about it because I'm watching it about a minute behind you.
I'm sorry, but this game's coming down to the wire now. The whole game was boring as fuck, but now Baltimore's
attention the whole podcast. You've been watching.
Well, what do you want me to do? Playoff.
Talk about the podcast.
What do you want me to talk about?
Hilarious. So, your game's next, and it actually starts. Doesn't it start like right now?
It's starting. Hold on, I can tell you. I think kickoff's in like 12 minutes. It's 1:30 or 1:40.
It says 1:40.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you got 20,
so we got 22 minutes till kickoff.
But you're playing in Chicago. They're not playing in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is trash this season, man. There's no way that Chicago's losing to them today. There's no way.
Here's the thing.
They're losing to them.
Here's the thing.
They're 9-7.
This goes for any team in any sport. If you think you're better than you are, you can win games. Not good basketball, football, hockey, whatever. It's all a mentality. So, the mind is the most biggest weapon. How profound did that sound, huh?
Well, The last time Chicago and Philadelphia played, Chicago got mollywopped. Philadelphia whooped their asses 31-3. So
yeah, I know. I was at that. I wasn't at the game. I was at a Philly bar in Venice. My buddy Dan Dunn. You guys should check out too. He's a writer and he's done a lot of great books about boozing. Him and I go back to the Aspen days. But anyway, he's a big Philly fan. So he's like, yeah, come on up and meet me at the Garage. It's a place in Venice. It's a Philly bar, right? And I don't like Philadelphia Eagle fans. They're worse than Raider fans. You can't even just watch a game with them. You know, if they're not winning, they don't get their way. But I agreed to go because I knew the Bears are awful. And I could sit there in my Bears jersey and they were going to get their ass kicked. And nobody was going to want to shoot me in the parking lot afterwards. And so they got annihilated. And I'm hoping the Bears, some of them remember that. Also, I asked him if he wanted me to come down and watch this game, and he told me no for my own safety. Because, like, that's just the way Philly fans are. Like, if I showed up in a Bears jersey and the Bears won, I'd get stabbed in the parking lot. Which I don't understand. People that fight and brawl and shoot each other over freaking sports.
That's how Philadelphia, it feels just to Philadelphia as a town like that, though. I remember listening to this one rapper artist, and he's like, if we ever go to Philly to perform, he's like, we're going to be ready to fight when we get to Philly, because then
how is it called the city of brotherly love?
They're always fighting. Well, Philly is ranked number 7th in passing in the NFL, but Chicago has the number 3rd ranked defense in the NFL. So it should be a great game. I definitely think that Philadelphia has a chance, but I definitely think that
as a fan, you say you want to see a great game. Personally, I'm not when it comes to my team, I don't want to see great games. I want to see 57-0. I don't care, about. That's the one time you want to see blowouts. Like this game's been fun out here last to the wire because we went to the wire yesterday. Oh my God!
45 seconds left. They just kicked the ball back to Baltimore.
Is it possible to get a point and a half in the next 19 seconds? That would be so awesome. Go for the 1.5 conversion, please.
Anyway, I'm going to watch the rest of this game before he ruins the last 45 seconds for me. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck to Chicago, and we'll catch you guys next week on Free Pizza Vodka Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Right on. Go Bears.
On Instagram and do all those good things we told you about before. We'll see you next week. Peace.